What is up, VOD viewers? I have not updated the stream titles yet, but we will be testing a new Ho team. It's not new, but I haven't made any content on it, so maybe new to you. Let me figure out if I can get back into Restream, because I am incompetent. But basically, it's a pretty fun team. Uses some interesting mechanics and goes a few turns faster than the Poliwrath Dragonite Rotom team. So I'm going to finish converting my Rotom over its Chandelure Lunatone Rotom, and then that will be the new 3. I have to specially defensive train the Rotom. We'll do that first, and then get into testing it. I wanted to do the testing on stream. I usually record my testing anyway, so this is just an easy way for me to access it because it'll just go straight to YouTube, and I don't have to store it on my computer. Hours and hours of footage. Not really hours. I probably spend about an hour or 2 hours testing this team, so should be fun. Let me see. IO/chat. /chat, or is it the subdomain? Not that interesting. Let me throw up some music too while I'm at it. Saved a playlist that I saw somewhere. It was like 12 hours or something. I don't even remember the genre, but I wanted to listen to it, and it's been in my For You page constantly since I added it. And now the one time that I need it, it's not there. Paradise free streaming. I think that's one of the. Okay, I did make a playlist. I'm smart. Okay. If you've chatted thus far, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if anyone's here. I could be talking to no one, or I could be totally ignoring you. Hello, if you're here. Could be 0 people. 1 person viewing. There we go. Sick. We are in. How do I update? Yeah, if you're watching the VOD, just skip ahead probably at least 10 minutes. It's gonna be slow going. Here's music. Oh, good. Lo-fi chilled beats, 12 hours, DMC free. We love to see it. Rumel, hello. I'm now seeing my chat via OBS. That's good. I have it up now. Thanks for joining. I think you're the only person here, so what's up? This content is for you. I don't know if you heard me talking before, but we will be doing Ho-Oh team testing, and it's a different one. We are definitely out here. I'm very excited. I don't think that this will be that interesting to most people. Really, the only people I think that will benefit from this team are people with multiple Johto completed accounts, and they're farming Ho-Oh constantly. Because this team is, as far as I can tell, the fastest possible way to refight Ho-Oh. So how can I? Oh, hey, what do you know? God, I am so out of practice. All right, maybe I should start. I'm gonna start EV training the Rotom while we're at it, because it's got to go from speed to special defense. Let's do Hoenn. We'll do the Lombre spot. It's my new special defense one because I got Dugong in like 6 hordes, so that was cool to get that shiny. But now I needed a new one. We're gonna lose you. Put you there for now. Where is? It's definitely going to be in box 1. That's bugged. Take your magnet for now. and give you an XP share. And then I need that Chandelure with overheat and heat wave, rather, not overheat. Wide lens. This is a tough spot to EV train at, and you'll see why in a second. But I have a very specific Pokemon for it. It works out that it's also my Raid Chandelure, so Heat Wave is beneficial on it. Choice specs on you, that's fine. Yeah, we're chilling. Okay. My Raid War prep is remembering how to make content, where any of the buttons are. Yeah, I'm going through all that right now. Like I hid all of my restream stuff on OBS to record my most recent video, which was the Raid 6 one. And then I can't remember how to put any of them back on. I think it disconnected the little tab where I can change the stream name. So that's what I'm figuring out now while we're doing that. And I forgot to heal. So, but yeah, if you're actually special defense EV training, they know fake out. So you need a ghost Pokemon to dodge that. There's also an ability that I think, I don't know if anyone here knows, if like inner focus maybe prevents the fake out flinch or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough out here. But yeah, I do want the shiny Lombre. Thanks, Bot Bobby. Am I saying that right? Bot for short. I've had scripts for stuff made for a while, and I felt inspired to do that that Raid 6 one, and I still really need to do my Cloyster Trainer 1 route. Just doing a quick video on it because I think that would be really beneficial. A lot of people still use the old route. Not that it's bad; it's like marginally beneficial to use mine, but could be helpful to some. Oh, I am so dumb. Holy moly. I forgot to carry the speed off, so that was not smart. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow stream. I need what? 250. I need 20. Oh my god, I can't even. Motto. Wooey! We're in for one today. That's 10, 15, 16. Motto use on Rotom. All right. So we were just shunting briefly there. I don't know if I want to start talking about the team yet beyond the fact that it's Rotom, Chandelure, and Lunatone, because the interaction is so funny to me. Like I just think it's super clever. That I kind of want to just show it in person once we get there, and we should get there. I just need to EV train this Rotom, and then once we're done that, it will be moveset time, and then we can just go start testing. I don't know if I'm just gonna complete the fight. I'll probably just complete the fight a few times rather than reset, given that I have 6, and then I'll record the video after I've done that. Yeah, and plus it's complicated enough that, oh, we missed, unlucky. It's complicated enough that it's much easier to see happen, rather than explained. But we'll have to mix up the Rotom move set. It's going to use HP Ground, and it becomes the ad killer on top of, or instead of the it takes the Poliwrath role. It is the Cav. What's up, Dizzle? How you doing? Oh snap! Ready for all your accounts? if this works out and I just go clear it, I would be happy to send you the team if you want to give it a test run, Rumel. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. How do I change? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Farming did us on 2 accounts last couple days. Yeah, are you prepping for the Great War, Dizzle? Restream. I think this stream can also probably serve as a video to people that want to watch like a guide on it, because they'll be able to skip ahead once I get to the first one and kind of see how it works, and I'll post the Poke paste. Selling the boxes on my main, keeping the boxes on your alt. There you go. Grinding that cash. Grinding those dittos. Okay. I feel so inept right now. Is there a way to change from restream.com or IO rather my stream names? I'm live now, that's correct. Guess I can just go straight. I'll just go straight to platforms. I've got a second laptop open. I'm a laptop user. I don't have a powerful desktop. I haven't had one for a while, so. Edit video. New PoE theme testing. Cannot save until, no, it's not made for kids. That was strange. Okay. 1 down. We're killing it right now. Yeah, I've never really gotten into egging. Seems way too hardcore for me. I should probably keep my Twitch up because I don't really have mods. Am I in the right category? Yeah, I am. I'm chilling okay. All right, let's keep you up so we can see where we're at. Should be at 80 or so. Did that not? Yeah, okay, it updated. Cool. We are big chilling now. All right, now we can kind of hang out. You'll notice that, oh no, you won't notice because I don't have this Chandelure anymore. This is a different Chandelure. I have so many max level Chandelures now that it's dumb. This one in particular, it was one of the first ones that I bred. You'll see I didn't even have the OT when I did it. I didn't really know what I was doing, and it has 1 defense IV. I think it super low rolled, like but I shouldn't have bred it with a 1 anyway. I think it was like I think it was like 18 and 1 if I recall, and I was just hoping for a mid roll or a high roll, and that was dumb. But what are you gonna do? But I have it for raids, and defense doesn't really matter for it. It could be better that it has worse defense in some cases. So it will just be here to click overheat. I use it in the Halloween fights as a backup Pokemon anyway. Do you all in this situation faint that last 1 Pokemon that you missed on? Like, let's say you're rock slide leveling with a Breloom. Do you faint it, or do you run and then go to a next 5 faster? Because I'm pretty sure it's probably better to go to the next 5 faster. But I always, you know, I'm like a completionist, I guess, in that sense. I need to clear that last one, or it's going to drive me insane. Oh, true. Yeah, the off EVs. I didn't even think about that. So I'm doing it right anyway. Gotta. Um. Also, I wasn't really playing while the Lucky Red Dragon shot up in price, but it feels really cool to own a valuable vanity for the first time in my career. Like down to 12. That's probably a little bit of downward pressure on the price from the whales selling assets of theirs, liquidating for yen for the war. But still, the fact that I bought two at 5 mil a pop is super cool. Watch, this doesn't kill. Okay, it did. That water sport I thought might save it. Oh, hey, Rumo. Oh, look at your show off. You're a sad gold dragon owner? I have both. My alt has my gold right now. And I'm going to throw the second one on another alt. Falling out. I bought both and sold the red one for money I needed. Yeah. I'm not pressed for money right now as it is. Though I am going to try to get back into Elite Four running in a bit. I finally bred my own team. I was borrowing a friend's team while I was leveling the other one, and then I was less incentivized to finish my team, so I never actually did. And then I took that break and I sent it back when they asked for it. So, but hopefully going to start grinding again. I wouldn't mind picking up another Lucky Red. I'm also thinking about getting another set of the Kanto Alpha starters. I think it'd be cool to have a secondary set of them. I wouldn't mind making the Blastoise competitive for Smooge and Spidget's HO team, because I think that would be a fun PvP team to have. Still need your first set. That was the first thing that I bought. You know how it's like the first 10 mil? There were about 3 or 4 mil at the time each, so it was like an easy 10 mil purchase, and so I had that extra money, and I was like, I gotta put it into something, and it was a while ago, so I needed to put it into something, and I did into that. Pretty glad about that. Yeah, tough. Yeah, you have a pretty high net worth, relatively speaking, right? Because you had the Plague Doctor that you dumped, and then kind of redistributed that. Some for Shiny Wars, if I recall correctly. So I could see, like, once I have that level of, like, okay, now I can start moving money around. Yeah, I think I'm at, of like actual things that I would sell, I think I'm approaching like 50. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I'm just not devoted to shiny hunting to that extent, especially in like Shiny Wars, where I'm just dumping tens of millions on charms and eggs, ditto boxes, whatever. But yeah. Maybe I can pull up the paste. Don't have a mill cash. Yeah, I didn't. And then I forgot that we won Shiny Wars, so I got a pretty hefty payout. Bought Leppas, yeah. That's another huge sink. Started a couple years ago, so trying to make some more. What's your primary money making method, Bot Bowie? Are you gym runner or flipper or what? Because I am doing absolutely nothing as far as money making goes right now, other than Ho-Oh, just because it's interesting to me. I did Ho-Oh last week and this week, and that's pretty much been it. I've just been leveling stuff. Like I finished my Sun team, finished that E4 team, which will be money making method once I get back into that. I just need to. Oh, red breeding leveling, nice. And Leppas, yeah. How many alts do you have doing Leppas? Or any, if any? I'm up to, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. And the math on 7 is weird. So I've just, when I do Leppas, I just do 6. But I've been burning Leppas while I've been leveling. I've been leveling at Piloswine. And I've been leveling at, I got Camerupt, which is cool. I was leveling at Camerupt. Just one other alt right now. Only started really grinding, but this year's been good so far. Yeah. I mean, one more is double your effective output. So that works. I remembered that time that I ran out of PP. I've got a pretty regular schedule this week, so I might weave in a Leppa or two and sell some just because it does seem like it's going to be beneficial to do. Going to speedrun at Unova when events finish. Word. I will probably stream a Unova speedrun between now and event finish and potentially multiple. I may attempt to do multiple Unova clears at the same time on different alts. Just because it's so beneficial to have more characters with more regions done. So before I do that, I would practice by just doing one. Hold on, I'll come back with Camerupt. Show off the new goods. I also, like, I knew that I wanted to get all of, like, the EXP shinies column. Just because it, it's a mix-up. Like, I don't want multiple Tentacruels. And so I was just leveling Camerupt because of that. And then I forgot that it also is an egg hatching shiny. So that's dope. So I'm pretty stoked on this one. I really like the grayscale shinies. Like, I like Rapidash despite its oversaturation. I like Magnemite. Wouldn't mind a Slugma as well. Yeah, highly recommend leveling. What did I level on it? I don't even remember. Whatever I did, it was probably because I just did Empoleon on Piloswine. What did I level? Let's see. Here's my current state of raid prep. Was I EV training? Was it rock? Was it ground? I don't remember. Oh well. All right, let's do this. We got a moveset. Yeah, it's a good, it's such a great XP spot. I want a Quagsire as well, so that Johto one's really good. So it's like Quagsire and Piloswine are my two right now. And then obviously Poliwrath and Donphan and Golduck and Seaking and all the Mount Silver ones. But I'm just burning through Leppas doing that. It was really, really fun to just get a Piloswine. I was probably pretty lucky on that one. It had to have been like around 10k encounters, maybe just under, since my last. And here's the E4 team. Okay, let's see. Chandelure. We don't need you, don't need you, don't need... I'll just ditch everybody. Actually, no, we're not gonna... We'll hang out with the camera up for now. Okay. First up, they all need... No, just kidding. I have the wrong screen on Rotom. It does need a screen. Let me see if I have any light screen TMs. Oh yeah, I have 469 of them. Cool. I almost don't... I'm going to buy another one because I like the funny number. Let's see how much they are. Nice. And then that will be pretty much it. Oh yeah, I need HP ground. We don't... So we'll go teach that over you. I'll probably go to a mall. We'll just do Unova. Show us the way of the Rotom. The way of the Rotom is, do I have soft sands? Not enough. I'll just buy the gems outright. I might actually start hitting Phenos again to start collecting clusters for gems for raids, which seems a bit overkill, but it's a quick little 10k if I'm just sitting on my computer doing nothing. So for Alpha Rotom, we'll need Hidden Power, and then that'll be it. Wow, Bill Strings doesn't have that. What did I say I was doing? Hidden Power? Yeah. God, I hate that it scrolls still. I always forget if things are cheaper. Yeah, this is not a cheaper one. What are the odds that it's the correct Hidden Power already? Are the I had one. You can also check. Gonna run store and lurk. Thanks for lurking. I'll be explaining out loud anyway as things happen. Hidden Power fighting unlucky, whatever. We need 2 protects. Let me see if I have any and double check that it's not cheaper. This feels like, oh god. It is cheaper. Okay, whatever. 2 protects. I think I have that on another Pokemon, but or another character. We have our 2 protects. I need a safeguard. Oh god. Need a safeguard. That's got to be cheaper, right? I probably had a couple of those anyway. Had one. That's fine. Check Psych Up. None. Is that going to be a relearn, or is there just happen to be none on the... Let's see. Psych Up, Psych Up, Psych Up, Psych Up, Psych Up. It is TM. Oh, it's normal. Oh, I thought it was psychic, because psych, you know? Psych. Oh my god. That's cheap, luckily. That was 2, I think, right? Because I need Psych Up on both Lunatone and Chandelure. Protect, Shadow Ball, Safeguard. Protect, Psych Up, Power Gem, and then last, but very not least, arguably the most important, or one of the most important aspects of this. This is a Trick Room team. All right. We'll teach that over. Oh, why doesn't he have... Oh, no. Does it not learn Power Gem by level up? Or did I miss it? Got to relearn. Okay. So still need Power Gem. I bought the 2 protects. How loud's the music, by the way? Can you hear it? Is it comfortable volume? It's fine for me, but I don't know if that's too quiet for viewers. Let's see, Psych Up. What the hell? Someone just sent me a shiny. What the? You don't really hear it? Okay, let me turn it up. What? What is going on? When did this happen? Was this while I was live? With 20 Pokeyen. Okay. Cranked it, but we just got to a lull in a song, so give it a second. Protect for you and for Lunatone, right? I'm asking as if anyone knows. Didn't I just buy Trick Room? Oh, I'm glad I didn't. Oh my god, they already had it. Well, I think I just way overpaid for Trick Room. Whatever. Oh well. Yeah, because I taught it. Okay. Future Sight, Protect, Trick Room, Psych Up. And then Psych Up on Chandelure. And Safeguard. Okay, now we need to fix Power Gem. Whatever, I'm just gonna buy that. It's probably two or three heart skills, which would be about the same price anyway. Oh my lord, I am fumbling. Okay, Power Gem. And 40 ground gems. That is 30, and then I need 10. We're using them on our Alpha Rotom to give it Hidden Power Ground. So our sets are as follows. We have Shadow Ball, Protect, Psych Up, and Safeguard on our Chandelure. Hidden Power Ground, Thunderbolt, Light Screen, and Nasty Plot on our Rotom. Protect, Power Gem, Psych Up, and Trick Room on our Lunatone. And we're good to freaking go, ladies and gentlemen. So we're actually going to get into it now. Didn't know any music was on. Can you hear it now, or did I just mute it entirely and I've just been listening to loud music? I muted it. That's sick. Well, it's been really pleasant for me. Let's fix that. All right. Can we hear it now? A use for Lunatone? Yeah, everybody who has a random shiny Lunatone is going to be stoked, especially because you could probably get away with it even if it's pretty mid. So I can't guarantee. Are the Nature's IVs? I don't know yet. Two Tones asked if the Natures and IVs are important for Lunatone. So as per usual, the strategy comes from Billy. And as per usual, they use all 5x31 Pokemon. So let me turn this down in my headphones a little bit. I didn't want to make this team because I did not want to breed a 5x31 Quiet Lunatone. Oh yeah, items. Spell Tag. Magnet. Oh no, Soft Sand for that ground damage, and Hard Stone. Oh, did I actually teach it? Power Gem? Yeah, okay, cool. I did not want to breed a 5x31 Quiet Lunatone just to run the strategy. Denzi Norsky ended up running, or I guess Denzi's name is now... Oh, this is a... Huh. I think that's a weekly thing. I've never seen Morty there. So Denzi, aka Free Reign, tested this team with suboptimal IVs and it worked properly according to them. And so when I learned that, I went out and bought some cheap versions of these Pokemon. I'll go through the IVs in a little bit, but the EVs, I think I'll need to adjust slightly, or can adjust slightly. They probably should still work anyway. It seems like the main reasons for the EV spreads is actually to not over damage Ho-Oh and push the fight early. So that'll be interesting to kind of figure out. So the first, and then the order I believe matters here. So I'm going to pull up my own sheet. I'll link all this stuff. Probably put it in the description. Actually, no, I don't want to share it yet because it's just a bunch of jumbled notes. So you can just use this video as a reference if you're curious. And then maybe I'll put out something clean hereafter if people are interested or ask for it, that you can just reference. I'll just put out like a rough turn by turn, where again, it's not always exact because different things can happen, but it's, you know, the same fundamentals. If there's an add out, attack it, that kind of thing. But I'm very excited. This is a long time coming to test this team. I knew about it when I published the last video, but it was much more expensive, so I didn't bother making a video on it. The other team is almost as equally as effective. This team only saves like 2 turns, but is a bit more expensive to breed. So, all right, I have those. Cool. Safeguard, plot, protect. All right, this could go miserably, or it could go perfectly. Let's see what happens. So Chandelure takes the safeguard role, per usual, and then it's confusing that they're named Ho-Oh. I named them Ho-Oh, so I knew what they were for. So we are safeguarding, we are nasty plotting, and Lunatone just protects to dodge the initial burn, or the initial damage, I suppose. Pretty standard setup. We get Entei. And so what I don't know is if the starting ad affects things, but in the Billy videos, it doesn't seem to matter. Now we switch who protects. So it's going to be Chandelure. We're going to plot again with Rotom. And then we're using Trick Room with Lunatone. So let's see what happens. This could go... This is where things get strange. Protected itself from the crunch. Protected itself from the earth power. It might break through, actually. I think that's part of the mechanic. Yeah. Still does some damage. We plot again, so now our Rotom is at +4. And then Lunatone hitting the Trick Room, baby. So now we are way faster. All right. So now that we are at +4, Chandelure becomes the swap Pokemon. So it's going to shift with Lunatone continuously. It's done its job for now. And we're just going to HP ground on the ad. And then Lunatone is going to Psych Up on the Rotom that is +4. And if you're not aware, Psych Up copies all of the stat changes. So on this swap, we should outspeed, kill the Entei. Swap. So it should be swap, Entei, then, or no, and then Psych Up, then Entei, and then Ho's going to pick up Lunatone. Because we swapped out. Or it might get Earth Powered on the Levitate, I think. Could one of the two, it's going to resist. HP ground. Kill the Entei. Big. Huge. We're doing well. Good work, team. And I believe it immuned the Earth Power. Cool. All right. Now we're just going to click Power Gem. I don't know if this goes up. I think this goes off continuously. We're going to HP ground the Raikou again. And then Chandelure continuously swaps. So Power Gem hits, and we're at +4. So that's going to do pretty big damage. HP ground again on the Raikou. That kills. So ground for those two adds, and then it'll be Thunderbolt on Suicune, I believe. So now that we've done that, we're gonna swap, but we have a free turn to damage Ho. And so you see, this is pretty comparable to the Dragonite strat so far, other than the Trick Room, obviously. But we've caught back up to it, despite the fact that we weren't doing damage the first 2 turns. So we should get a Bolt, a Gem, and then a Bolt. Now, I might not be doing enough damage with the Lunatone there. We'll see what happens. I could be a little bit too short on because I'm only at 30 special attack. So the EV spread might be a little scuffed for that. At once, it might be like a 170 instead of 166. But and then for the last add, we'll do the same thing. We're going to Power Gem Ho. We're going to Thunderbolt the Suicune and then shift Chandelure back. So that won't push. And we will Thunderbolt to kill the Suicune. All right. So we are going to do no damage because the Trick Room wore off. So this is why this is a very exacting strat. And like I was saying before, the EV spreads are so that you don't crit and over damage. We're going to shift the Lunatone again to dodge the Earth Power bait. We're going to light screen with Rotom. I think that that's an AI manipulation for the second part of the fight. And then we Trick Room. We don't damage the boss, so we reset Trick Room. So we reset Immune Earth Power due to Levitate. We set the light screen, and then Trick Room goes off again. Very cool. Now this is a really fun part of the strategy too. So obviously it was cool that we're setting Trick Room and we're just obliterating Ho due to that. But we're going to, because Trick Room is active and the speed order is the way that it is, we don't have to worry about the Earth Power. We can straight up Power Gem Ho with Lunatone. That's going to send it into the next phase. And so once it sends it to the next phase, the Rotom's going to Nasty Plot, and then we're going to psych up the Rotom. So on the same turn that we're pushing, we're getting +2 on 2 of our Pokemon on our team. Let me make sure. Okay, psych up on Rotom. Yeah, I almost clicked it on Ho there, and that would have been bad. So we push. So, yeah, I am Flash Fire. Okay. And then it hits Lunatone. Okay, that's what we want. All right, stat change is eliminated. Sea of Fire. Doesn't matter for our fire types. Now it's our turn. Oh no. The order was incorrect. Okay. So I have to fiddle with the speed then. So this actually needs to be a bit faster. So let's see what our speed is and we'll go fix that. Not you. How do you come up with this? I did not come up with this at all, Kent. This is entirely a strategy that I ripped off from a Chinese player. Oops, I don't know if you heard me drop my sunglasses. So I am just testing the strategy with a worse team. So 28, what are they computed? 205 and 195. So this Rotom needs to be slower. So I need to make this Chandelure faster. How did that work out for them then? I don't understand. Oh, I guess that's just the IV difference. Okay. Yeah, Rotom needs to be slower. I didn't really... I should have just checked this beforehand. Why... I'm looking at the EV spreads, but if this were 3 points faster... Yeah. Alright, we'll just fix that with EVs. We'll reconfigure the Chandelures. EVs give it a few more speed points. I'll run into a calc real quick. But I'll do it again. We're just gonna click Power Gem. This should click Thunderbolt on Ho-Oh. And this should click Shadow Ball. It's not gonna do nearly as much damage. But all 3 attack, and then Lunatone dies, and then the other 2 attack as well on the last turn. We might have, I don't know if we... No, we don't come close. So that faints. We should outspeed. Maybe we live and still win. Let's see. What does it choose to use? Air Cutter? That might be good. Yeah. So we still win this, even though it's an extra turn, so we'll fix it anyway. I want a clean one on this, on my first one, so we'll forfeit. So Rotom needs to be slower. We need to speed up Chandelure. We'll just go to Poly real quick, I guess. What does it need the least? Still cooking GGs? Yeah, thanks. It probably wants the max. All right, let me see. I need to get this up to... That's computed to 205. Pulling up the calc off screen really quick. Level 100, Rotom. Blank set, 28 EVs, 215. That doesn't look right. It's because that's Rotom and not Rotom Eats. Is it 20? It's 205. What is it actually? 28. That's strange. Huh. Alright, whatever. We'll ignore that. Is that 30? So it is 195. I believe that's correct. We need to get it to 206. So 206 is 44 speed EVs. And so we'll just drop special defense off by like 50. And that hopefully will be okay. We'll see what happens. What's the SPDF? Very. So this is the fun part about testing, is you just really don't know what's going to happen. Grab a... Does def matter? I don't know, to be honest, yet. I assume so. It's probably an AI manipulation. Basically, it's probably trying to just deter something so that Lunatone takes attacks. Or it deters it from using who knows what. Or maybe for the ads as well to do stuff. Not quite sure. So I needed, what I say, 44? Yeah. So I'll drop, I need 5 Greppas. Oh, went straight to my inventory. I had them. Sick. On you, we're going to take it off special defense just because that's a weird, it's what they took from to put into special attack, or what was extra, I suppose. So we got you, we need, I can bring my Teddy and something that needs levels. What can it, can anything Oko? Ollie. You probably can't yet. We'll just use Teddy. And what has my specs? You do. think it's specs that it needs. Man, it's got the shiny Lunatones too. I did not put EXP share. I believe Manuka is the one who just sent me this Grimer. Or Muck, the shiny Muck. With the inappropriate name. Which I find hilarious. So, shout out to Manuka. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I don't know if I want to. Unless you really... I'd be happy to keep it as a collection item. Are you in stream, Manuka, or are you just stalking me around? EXP share, speed. Right, we want Chandelure to be faster so that Rotom goes first. This makes sense, right? I'm not that fried right now. We'll just look at the computed. So that should give us 3 more now and put us at 200. Cool. What are y'all up to in chat? While I'm EV training. What are you doing if you've got me on a secondary monitor or you're tabbed out and just listening to me talk about dumb things? D202. Surprising amount of YouTube chat activity. Shout out Kent and Two Tones. Rotting on the couch, hell yeah. If I could figure out a streaming setup so that I could stream and rot on my couch at the same time, would be ideal. All right. That is 205. I just need 2 more. So we'll just click those 2 real quick and then go dump the rest of the special defense EVs back in, I guess. I probably could have just swapped to the Rotom to paint 2 of these really quick rather than wait through the dig turn, but what are you gonna do? Oh my god, it lived it anyway. Alright, please just faint. Oh my god. This is silly. At least we dodge Hydro. Alright. We're gonna dig on the belly drummed one. Rip indeed. But yeah, I believe I haven't actually mapped out the number of turns. I'm pretty sure that this saves at least 1 turn. Maybe 2. This is a 10 turn strategy I have written down. Compared to budget. Uh-oh. I don't even have my own docs pulled up. I'm pulling up my own video to find my own docs. Find my own guide. Updated Ho rebattle. So it's plot, bolt, 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 13 turns. So this saves 3 turns on that strategy. All right, so that's 44. And then the rest back into special defense. Does that make sense? Yeah. We're going to go back to Loneberry real quick. But yeah, this is all the stuff that I have to do before I put out a video. So it's like, okay, let me make it work first. Let's see if I can get it working. And then once it's working, okay, now is there any optimizations that could be made? Because just because someone made a guide on it doesn't necessarily make them the authority on it. They, they could have gotten a good starting point, but they probably got bored and they were like, okay, it works. I don't really want to test anymore. I'm pretty happy where it is. And that's where room for improvement can be made. So sometimes I like to do that. I might get to a point where if it just works, I'm not going to do much different. I'm not going to take that chandelier. We're just going to heal up and then go paint this Lombre Horde, get back up max special defenses, and go back run through everything and see if it works again. Right, because we are at 206. We are 1 point faster than our Rotom. So as long as we're 1 point faster, that makes us go after and under Trick Room. And so we will go Nasty Plot and then Psych Up. And then this is why you want a ghost Pokemon if you want to hear this horde. You got to eat the first 5. I probably should have just grabbed it really quick, whatever. But a great shiny. Let's see if we get any while we're waiting. Shiny Ludicolo. Very pretty. Nice blue there. Is it silly to use expensive ass Zapdos as a horde killer? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. One of the kind of hidden abilities, it's not a hidden ability, but it's a secret ability, we'll say, of the legendary birds is if you use a same type attack bonus, stab attack, with those Pokemon, and they're the lead of your party, you have a chance to get a Coalescence Orb. Or no, it's called Coalescence. What are they called? Elemental Orbs. So they have Coalescence. They have a chance to get Elemental Orbs. Elemental Orbs go for 30k a pop. You can get like 1 or 2 an hour while you're doing it. So that's a decent money-making method to be using your Horde Pokemon for. Where's my Zapdos? OT. So you get Coalescence, you see up here on the top left, is active, has a chance to create elemental orbs when fainting foes with electric type moves, and that changes for each one. So Moltres fire type, and Articuno. Sorry, yeah. So it's not stab, but it's their elemental type, if you will, because they don't get it for flying. But we'll put you back in raids, I guess, even though you're not a raid Pokemon, and we're back in action. 1, 2, 3. We'll switch you back. Cool. So Zapdos is a great one. I'm trying to just level up with hordes. Use Pokemon that I need to level on hordes as well. So my Zapdos already got to 100, but that would be a great one to use for a lot of reasons. Teddy Ursa is another really good one just because it has pickup, so you can get more items that way on the pickup table. I would say Teddy Ursa is my most used utility Pokemon right now, due to the fact that I have most of the common HM ocarinas. And we have to put spell tag back on. Right, so let's double check. Yeah, Psych Up, Trick Room, Hard Sand, blah blah blah, and double check that we are still in fact faster. Cool. Assume people use Teddy for Honey Gather. You could, and I think that I have never actually seen a direct, like, hour of money making from using Honey Gather, like EV training. I think mine is alpha, so I theoretically could just switch over and test it at some point, but I've not bothered to. But pickup is the primary reason. So especially, it's super good for Undella Bay. Those Pelipper hordes, you can make like 80k an hour just EXP training, EV training there. I haven't gotten a shiny Pelipper yet from doing it, so I'm going to be using that spot for a while. But I have so many raid Pokemon to level, I'm not using that spot much, just because I'm using the raid Pokemon to level themselves. Empoleon is almost at level 100 from the Pillow-Swine hordes in Giant Chasm. So, yeah, and Pachirisu is another good one for the Sea King and Golduck hordes in Mount Silver, though. I wouldn't. It's like just a good discharge pickup farmer. Nope, I want a super now. So yeah, Teddy Ursa is a great one. Overall, I'd say. I would tell SCPD to come watch, but he's definitely doing an Elite Four rerun. Maybe I'll hit him up on Discord. But SCPD helped me translate this a little bit. I've gotten pretty good at my translation stuff, but I got locked out of my Bilibili account, so I couldn't see comments, and I was curious about the EV spreads, what I could fiddle with, and what they were super set on, like what needed to be what. Basically, you just want to go defensive. You don't need speed because you want to be slow, and you dump into the defenses, and you can only go up to a certain special attack point because crits would make it push too quickly. All right, round 2. Let's see. That's the wrong team. Chandelure, Rotom, Lunatone. Cool. We are giving it another shot. See if I can remember it off the dome. It's going to be Safeguard, Nasty Plot, Protect. I got a shiny Seeking at that location, just testing it out. It was like at 100 encounters, so annoying. That's super annoying because now you're like, I'm trying to avoid duplicate shinies at all costs. You know, like good problems, obviously. But yeah, now that spot's basically ruined for you. Super good one. I was leveling a couple of my electric. I have a Plusle and Minoon for electric type for raids because plus and minus are broken. And I've leveled both of them already there up to 100, kind of leveling other stuff. All right. Now we protect with Chandelure. We plot again, and then this is the Trick Room turn. Breaks through. We have slightly worse special defense now, but still does minimal damage. That's pretty good. Trick Room hits. All right, so now it is going to be a swap with Chandelure. Oops, I do not want the bag. I want to Hidden Power. And I Psych Up on Rotom. Right? Yeah. Big HP ground. That one just makes you slower in Trick Room. Owned. Alright. We are Power Gemming the boss. We are Thunderbolting the ad. And we are swapping. Did not know you could swap those positions. Yeah, you can. It really messes up the Dragonite Poliwrath Rotom strategy for some reason, and I don't know why. I think just because like the Ho-Oh does things differently, which is strange. I don't get why it would change. Like it would make sense because you're out of the reach of the ad, right? But yeah, it does not make sense to me. So it's possible that this works if you flip it, but like let's say Rotom is in the Lunatone spot, and then you're just swapping the middle, and right spots. I'll probably I have to look up the next turn because I forget it because it's Trick Room. Yeah, we'll see. It's light screen, I guess. Okay. Power Gem. Boss, HP ground, and shift. And then Trick Room wears off. Right? And then so the rebirth. So it's swap Trick Room Light Screen. Okay. So we're going to shift. We're going to light screen. And then we're going to Trick Room. But yeah, really fun that Lunatone, excuse me, really fun that Lunatone has an actual use. I think it also had a use. Somebody was using it, I think, in the Halloween fight. Oh, Twisted Dimensions. That's funny. Okay. Now let's see if it works this time. Even though it worked last time, like we beat the boss. But so Power Gem's going to push. Then we are going to Nasty Plot on Rotom. And then we're going to Psych Up on Rotom. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Holding my breath. Will it work? Oh, it's got a real flair for the dramatic. Lunatone eats the Sacred Fire or whatever it is. Stat change is eliminated. Takes a burn. We don't mind. Please, please, please. Nasty Plot. And Psych Up. God, I love Psych Up strats. They're so fun. Okay, now let's see what happens. We just click Power Gem, basically because we don't have much else to click. On Lunatone. Does a little bit of chip. Whether it ends up mattering or not, I'm not quite sure. I think it doesn't matter. I think you could literally do nothing on Lunatone. Let it faint. And then we outspeed, so this is just GG for Ho. Thunderbolt. I think I'm going to move Shadow Ball into the other position. Into the Ho on the second move slot. Bang. Bang. Let's go. Love that the end is just all out attack. Yeah. It's just a nice blitz at the end. It really speeds up everything. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Two Tones. Good luck with the dishes. Yeah, so that's the team. I am going to... How did Rotom do 27% damage? So it used Nasty Plot to +2. And then that in that second phase is just enough to do damage cap with Thunderbolt. Super effective damage. I think that you generally do more damage in the second phase, and I can't exactly explain why. I'm not quite sure why. I think it has to do with just the damage multipliers. It's possible that you can do the same amount of damage with +2 at the end. Yeah, so it's just +2, not even with Magnet, which is surprising to me. So what we do in the other strategy is it's Magnet Thunderbolt. We don't use HP Ground. And then it still does cap with just the +2. But yeah. We are going to send it off to my first alts. Pick out you. Also nice that this strategy is itemless. I'm just going to run it back. Because I have to do these anyway, so might as well. That's my battle point farming team there that I just got rid of. We're going to take out claim to party, claim to party, claim to party. I've been doing the other strat wrong then because I always get to +6 in second round. Yeah, you don't need to. Saves a bunch of time. What team are you using for that, Kyle? Are you using the Polyrath one or... I'm sorry, the Altaria one. They both have Polyrath. Or like a Gliscor one. Or something weird and different. Also, massive flex gold dragon on the alt. Polyrotum Shand. Interesting. Yeah, you can definitely get away with less. Like, give it a shot if you're bored. +2, like maybe +1 is even enough. I don't know. Probably +2 though. Is this the right order to start? Chandelure, yeah. Okay. Make sure it's even up in case I randomly did them. Yeah. Drag, not Chant. Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, the Rotom only needs one plot, and so it's only 5 turns in the final phase, where this strategy saves the time in that second phase by not having to attack 4 times. We just need 3 turns in the second phase. Oops. I have the Kanban Vanity kind of because I was looking for something that would sort of match the Gold Dragon, but also as a shout out to T-Nums, who made PokeMMO content a few years ago. No longer makes any, but definitely an inspiration of mine to make some video guides of my own. Definitely has some videos that have like, they're kind of evergreen. They've been relevant their entire lifespan, particularly the Undella Bay pickup beef farming video was great, and I thought just had, you know, some interesting takes on the game. Super entertained by his stuff, so little homage. Yeah, so saving 3 turns, I have 5 characters I think now that can farm this. So 3 turns is 15 turns every time I'm doing it. Should save a few minutes. Strat seems pretty good. We'll check it out later if you make a guide. Yeah, if you already have, so like the top line on this is like, if you already have that team, there's not much reason to make this new team. If you have the Dragonite Rotom Polyrath team, it's still very good. It's cheaper to assemble. This team is slightly faster and probably twice as expensive to assemble. So I wouldn't necessarily sweat it. If you're bored of using that team and you think that you might have fun using a new one, then by all means, go ahead and make a new one. You can sell off the old team probably too and make some money. But yeah, would save time if you've got a lot of alts. All right. Let's do it again. I think I kind of have it memorized now. Turn 1. Safeguard, plot, protect. Turn 1. Safeguard, plot, protect. Alpha call out. Sinnoh. SCBT's calling it. Okay. Now we protect. We plot again. And we trick room. Breaks through. Plot +4. Done. Trick room. I think I'll any reason you're trying a new team, did the old team stop working? It did not stop working. That's a great question, Zach. This team, I will be totally honest with you. is just because I'm a little bit bored of using the old team. That's it. I use it 5 times a week when I'm playing, and it gets a little bit old. It got a little bit stale. This team is slightly faster, marginally faster. I would say it's probably about twice as expensive to make. So if you already have the old team, would not recommend making this team. If you just got 1 hoe clear a week. If you're someone who has a bunch of alts and you want to save time because time is money, then I would recommend breeding this team over the old one or the other one. But I would say this is just a more expensive, slightly faster team. And it's just interesting. It's just interesting to me. I like cool strategies. So I was like, yeah, this is fun. Let me see if it works. So we're just testing it out, see if it works. But I could easily just go to, now that I have 2 teams, I could potentially use one team on one laptop and then use the other team on another and farm both at the same time. That's actually what I might do just to make everything go faster. But this team is slightly faster than the other one. It saves a couple turns. So I don't know if you saw how that phase 2 went, but it goes a bit faster there. You'll see in a second. We are shifting. Gotcha. I only do a few weeks, so probably not worth it, but I get the appeal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm going to be super clear if I do make a video on it that it's not other team, still super functional, still super great. Wouldn't even recommend doing this. This is purely an interest of doing fun things and using weird Pokemon in interesting ways. As you'll see here, hopefully I just clicked everything correctly. So like this Rotom's at +4 and we're about to click Psych Up on it in order to steal those stat boosts. So now our Lunatone's at +4 and now we have 2 attackers at +4 to take down the boss. The Rotom has HP ground. That's different from the other Rotom. We use HP ground to take out the ads because Rotom's kind of taking on the Poliwrath role here. And Chandelure is just the Pokemon that we quick switch on to bait attacks. So what Ho is doing is clicking Earth Power on Chandelure, and then we're swapping the Levitate Lunatone into that position, immuning the Earth Power damage. Instead of the bounce, or not bounce, Skydrop? Is it Skydrop? Yeah. Now we have a free turn, we're switching, we're Thunderbolting, and we're Power Gemming. Yeah, the reason that I knew about this team at the same time, and I chose to make the video on the Dragonite Poliwrath team, Dragonite Poliwrath Rotom team, because it was expressly from the creator and on Bilibili, a team that was cheap to make. And I thought that that was brilliant. I love strategies like that, where it's super effective, and I almost regret calling it a budget team because people are like, oh, you know, it's worse. It's not worse. It was still the best strategy at the time. In terms of its overall effectiveness, this team was made or was performed with all 5x31 Pokemon. So I did not want to make or recommend people have to make a 5x31 Lunatone to save 2 turns, to save 3 turns in the second phase. Turns out it can be done cheaper, but no one really tested until Denzi Norsky, aka Free Reign, did. So now we're going to Thunderbolt Suicune and shift, and then our Trick Room turns run out on this one. T-Bolt and Suicune, and we're big chillin'. This is going to be a switch, a light screen, and we're going to reset Trick Room. So we want to reset Trick Room before we get into the next phase, because in phase 2, in the final phase, we're just going to be, it's going to be all damage blitz. And we're going to abuse the same turn and our turn order right here. So we're going to Power Gem, then plot with Rotom and immediately psych up that plot. So the psych up the plot and the psych up are going to occur after we push to phase 2. Any further plans on raid prep videos? I've liked the stuff so far. I'm looking to further ideas on what to prep. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make specific videos. I might make a couple more in terms of what I'm doing. But like if you watch the main one, I talk about most, like that's a good overview. And then I wanted to make the Sun team one just because Sun is so broken that it's worth discussing. So if you saw that one was I thought turned out really well in terms from like, it's not performing super well. Like YouTubers are always like, yeah, I want to like the views and all that stuff. I don't really care. I feel proud of that video. So we got our plot off and we got our psych up off. So now our Rotom and Chandelure are both at +2, which is all we need for this last phase. We just click Power Gem here to do something with the Lunatone. It's going to do about 10%, 13% there, not bad. But Lunatone's going to eat a Solar Beam anyway, faint. But we don't care because we'll be able to feint afterwards, or it matters. The only annoying thing about this team is there's no fly. I snuck the Fly HM on the Dragonite. And now I can't fly off with my other alts that don't have Ocarinas. This one does, but yeah, as far as raid prep videos go, I might make one on Rain. Just because Rain's also going to be very good for a lot of reasons. Very similar. It's also kind of a more interesting one because you've got, you know, Hydro Pump, Hydro Cannon. I'm sorry, well, no, what is it? Hydro Cannon? What do I have that knows it? Yeah, it is Hydro Cannon. I brain fart there. And then Brine is one of the best abilities that you can click, which is funny because it's like whoever uses Brine, but it's an OP ability for raids. Put you guys in the account box and we'll go to our next one. It helps if I remember. Yeah, the fire team video is good. I've got most of the Pokemon you've talked about crafted. Probably need to work on leveling. That's the big thing. I've only got basically like the Sun team leveled myself. I still have to level my Porygon. I've got a bunch of random stuff already leveled just from for other PVM reasons that I'm just going to convert to raid Pokemon or just kind of use for both in certain cases. Well, I think the ones that I really didn't talk about or I didn't consider because I wasn't really considering the non accurate moves as much. I forgot about the evasion debuffs or buffs. Debuffs, I guess, in the case of the boss. So debuffing the boss's evasion with defog was something that didn't get shrugged off. So you can manipulate that to make Rock a really good type damage. So Rampardos and Archeops become very, very good overall. Rock as a type is solid, but those two in particular stand way out because Head Smash is huge base power. And with just a single defog, I forgot to repel. They become very, very strong in so many instances. So that's another good, just like if you just make one, make like an Archeops, I'd say, because its speed will do very well for you in most fights. We'll just super repel at this point, I guess. And yeah, Rampardos does slightly more damage. And then the damage calcs are all just done on a Mew or anything with 100 base in all stats. So that's like an even calc comparison. While in practice, it will matter what the boss's defenses are. The raid boss's defenses are. Whether it's got more special defense or physical defense. Rock the Lunatone. We'll flex it. Just made more Archeops with Egg Move. Was debating Rampardos. Yeah, if you were going to make one, I would definitely encourage Archeops just because you take a slight damage hit, but you gain pretty much guaranteed use. If Archeops is getting outsped, you have a problem. Yeah, that's a big one. Grass type is pretty solid overall. Just getting like a single Sceptile for Frenzy Plant is really nice. Let's risk it the rest of the way. See if we can get up without an encounter. So close. Damn. Flew too close to the sun. Yeah, the electric types with plus and minus are going to be really good, but the problem with them are if you don't have a team that also has plus and minus Pokemon, they're kind of mid. So I've got the Zapdos already, which I'm fine with. I've got a Jolteon. That's a gift Pokemon that will do fine in a pinch. But yeah, if you get raid team members with plus and minus, Ampharos, Plusle, and Minoon become very, 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 very good. And then Raichu is the best physical attacker with Choice Band, and then Pikachu is also a very good physical attacker with Light Ball. So we have the correct order here. So yeah, electric type overall, I think it's gonna be very solid. You can also look at some of the other 4x weaknesses for specific bosses. Ice is one of those. Ice will be good against the dragon raids, which will also be very hard. Getting a couple dragon types would be good because dragon's good against, is neutral against everything, so you can use that to fill. So we are safeguarding, we are plotting, and we are not trick rooming. We are not trick rooming. We're protecting first. Yeah, whoever thought of this is just brilliant. I have to get their name. I'll pull it up in a second. And I can embarrass myself by trying to pronounce it if it's in anglicized characters and not just Chinese characters. It's like Zhao Qi. Something like that. Suicune uses Tailwind. You fool. You absolute buffoon. Now you're slower. Oh yeah, actually you don't know that yet. Because I'm about to Trick Room and flip it on you. So we're plotting to +4, now we're Trick Rooming. What do y'all think? Should I call this the Lunatone team, or should I just call it the Trick Room Ho-Oh team? Or something like that. As far as name goes. Now we set Trick Room. Cool. And we will... this is now we start shifting. Shift. Thunderbolt. Psych up. So I want Psych Up in the bottom right position because I'm always going to be clicking Psych Up on Rotom, which will be in that bottom right position. Safeguard can be in bottom left. Protect, I also want low, but it's only one. I heard the Chinese speaking community seems to be bigger than the English speaking one. Is that true? Yeah, Petrowski always says that. But I have a suspicion that the English speaking community might be bigger than he thinks. But we have no hard numbers to go off of. As far as I know. Power Gem, Hidden Power Ground, and Mirror Shifting with Chandelure. I'm surprised there isn't more overlap between the two communities, but maybe I'm just not aware of it. It definitely seems like that there is a bit of a, you know, it's a language barrier first and foremost, but there are players that interact with both communities. SCPD notably has helped me with a lot of that. With Chinese translations. Secret GG doesn't play much anymore as far as I'm aware, but he also helped me a lot with translations. But yeah, like you'd think that there'd be a bit more overlap, but not a huge amount. This is a double attack swap phase, so we're gonna Thunderbolt Ho and we're gonna Power Gem Ho. Yeah, and Zach, as far as other stuff goes, a Sweet Scent Pokemon will be good. So something that's fast and click Sweet Scent. So if you have like a Shaman that you just want to make as like a timid, like an HP invest, speed invest, timid, and then it can click Seed Flare or something else that's fun. Just because Sweet Scent will enable like electric outside of rain to click Thunder. Yeah, that's a Power Gem. That's an HP Ground, and that's a swap. So that's a good one. If you really wanted to get crazy, I'm sure that there will be more Trick Room bosses. So you could make your own Trick Room Pokemon to negate the Trick Room that a raid boss would use. So you could like pre-click Trick Room when you know, let's say like the next turn it's going to happen. I am shifting. We are clicking Light Screen. And we are putting Trick Room back up. Oh yeah, because of pressure. I don't think we needed PP-ups or anything. So yeah, like a Porygon 2 would be really good for that. Just because it's the bulkiest option, EV Light Porygon 2, to try and get that Trick Room off to live is huge. Oops, don't want to click that. We are Power Gemming, we are Nasty Plotting, and we are Psych-upping. That crit mattered. Actually didn't. Hey Cav, is something wrong with Ho team? Just arrived. Yeah, nothing. Just want to be super clear. Nothing wrong with the Ho team. Ho team still works perfectly great. Super awesome. Great team. I just got a little bit bored of using it, and this team is slightly faster, but a bit more expensive to make. So, want to be clear, still super functional, just a great team, especially for people that have alts and grind a lot of Ho. This team saves like 2 turns, I want to say, but costs quite a bit more to make. We might be able to find a budget version of this team, which would get it on par with the old team. But I'm not selling the other team. This one works great. It just goes a little bit faster. You'll see right here. As we push, we set Nasty Plot on Rotom to get it to +2, and we click Psych Up on it on the same turn that we pushed. So now we can just all out attack Ho for these last 2 turns. And the other strategy, obviously, we're clicking Nasty Plot on Rotom. And then just baiting attacks. So it's 1 Nasty Plot, then 4 attacks. This is just immediate attack on the second phase. So what are we doing? We are Thunderbolting and we're Shadow Balling. We just click Power Gem on Lunatone. Lunatone's just gonna die. We don't care. Well, we do care. We love Lunatone, but it's a worthy sacrifice. Because Trick Room is up, we're outspeeding. So it's gonna eat the Solar Beam. And we only have 2 alive here, but because of Trick Room, we're outspeeding, and that's going to be enough to faint Ho-Oh. So this team is good. There are some people that just have a bunch of alts. I am one of them, but there are people that have way more than me. So now I guess I'll just log out Trick back down. I don't think that matters. It'll save you time if you're doing this, you know, like 10 times a week. 3 turns every fight is a massive amount times 10. That's, you know, 30 turns a week. So could be worth it. It's also just, in all honesty, this is mostly just something that I thought was really interesting because it's just a cool strategy and I just wanted to try out. It's just really fun to click Psych Up. It was really fun to get that off in raids. it's not going to be that good of a strategy as far as I can tell moving forward. But what am I doing here? Put you guys in here. Go to my last alts. So Trick Room and Psych Up are just cool moves. They're just straight up fun. So when like there's a PvM, PvE strategy, whatever you want to call it, that utilizes them, it's pretty fun. Let's see if this restriction actually matters. I think the other one took about 10 minutes, so. Make sure we're in the right order. That's something I'll eventually test. I'll probably just do that off stream because it's tremendously boring to just go up repeatedly, but you know, we suffer for PvE guides like that. But I could mix up the order and see if the AI changes, because it does for the Dragonite fight. So yeah, anyone have raid Pokemon questions? Who's doing their raid? Who up doing their raid prep? Because I'm not. I'm putting off that. This is my raid prep procrastination. I am avoiding doing that by creating an entirely new Ho team, even though the other one works functionally perfectly. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna be done with my rain team somewhat soon. Which I picked Empoleon, Samurott, Crawdont, and Vaporeon for. I'm making them slow, maybe 2 per week, but not AV training or leveling yet. Yeah, I just started leveling because I was leveling my Elite Four team. And I just used them to level themselves, and then I started leveling some of the Sun team with them. But I'm making very budget versions. Like, I'll just hit the GTL and be like, okay, I want a Plusle. Let's look for a Crummy Nature. We'll look for a 30 mild Plusle. Like 40k, that's a raid ready Pokemon right there. Like, bang, done. And it's already at level 67, so you don't have to level it. So I was just making opportunistic buys like that. You can probably do cheaper if you wait for an alpha raid, or you check like the other ones. Like if you just check Rash. Oh my lord. This is driving me insane. Mild. $30. What is going on? What? It wasn't doing that for the longest time. Another 40k. So yeah, around 40k for a raid ready plus minus electric attacker. Crawdont was another one I need. They're surprisingly pricey, but at least they double as a PvP mon. Yeah. I got a lonely one for I think like 50 or 60k. But Crawdont is one that you might want to just leave bulky, because if you can just click Assurance or Crabhammer multiple times, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we can check Crawdont real quick. Lonely. And you can even skimp, like I've done 30, like 40k, 15's not the greatest there. 47k for this lonely one. That's a raid ready Pokemon right there. Like, you don't need, most of these Pokemon are not going to be living the second turn anyway, so I keep forgetting to move my moves around, even though I want to do that. Now let's see if I can do this again without screwing up. We get Suicune first. I think we've gotten Suicune first quite a few times. It seems like, so when I first started doing this, if you joined late, I was worried about the ad order and how they would, what they would attack. You know, it's always scary to have a water type with a fire type staring it down. But Suicune seems to always click Helping Hand, which we like. We need to nasty plot once more. And this is the Trick Room turn. Yeah, that was definitely a point of testing, because if you're just working, so what I'm doing is I'm going to Bilibili and I'm just looking at videos. If something looks interesting, I'll like do a more thorough translation, but they only show one fight. So, you know, if it's like Entei first, and then maybe the strategy just doesn't work at all, and it wasn't like a very well thought out strategy, and then people in the comments are like, oh, this actually doesn't work for this, XYZ. And then the person just says, oh, it's just a proof of concept. That happens sometimes. Like there's interesting stuff out there that is just cool and works for its specific cases, but it's not great. Whereas this one is actually great for all instances. So we are shifting. Now we Thunderbolt. And now we are Psych Up on Rotom. So we're copying the +4 that we just set up, and now we can just collect +4 stab power gems. Bye-bye Suicune. No damage rolls, it seems, anywhere. Because that HP ground is taking care of Entei. We're soft sand on Rotom to boost the HP ground damage. And now that Lunatone is fully buffed up, we can just start clicking Power Gem endlessly. We'll hit Power, and Chandelure is our swap Pokemon to bait things. First damage, 24.5%. HP ground faints. Yeah, nothing's lived so far, so that's good. Okay. This is our shift Pokemon. There's nothing alive, so we can click Thunderbolt. And we're always clicking Power Gem on Ho. But yeah, thanks for hanging out in stream, if you have been. Hope this has been mildly entertaining for you. Because I love this stuff. Should make for a pretty good video that I hopefully will put out. I'll probably do it next week. Maybe I'll just use the footage from this stream to then just make a video out of. Very possible I pull that off. We shall see. Maybe I'll just record the last one and make it a video. Power Gem, ground, swap. Ground. Kills. That's good. Cool. Trick Room wears off and we reset Trick Room. Yeah, no problem. I was just going to sit and do this anyway, so it's very easy for me to click go live. Yeah, no problem, Zach. Come back whenever with more questions, or just, you know, hit up the YouTube comments, whatever, or hit me up on Discord. Happy to chit chat about raids whenever. Let's see. What am I doing? Shifting, light screening. I'm really curious what the light screen does. TBH. Is it just we don't have anything, any other buttons to click? It might be an AI manipulation for this last phase so that it doesn't. Who knows? Power Gem, nasty plot, Psych Up. I do eventually want to put the moves in the correct move slots so that I have Psych Up always over Rotom, so I can just double click it always. Because if you click Psych Up on the wrong Pokemon, that could potentially just ruin a whole run. That's like if you accidentally click Thunderbolt on your own Dragonite, who would ever do something like that? Not me. Like that can, those are the types of things, those are the types of misclicks can just ruin your run and you have to go next, which doesn't really matter for Ho-Oh, but because you can just climb, but it's a couple repels wasted, I suppose. What, did this get crit? It must have, huh? Yeah, it did. That's funny. So it lived the crit. That's good. Crit and burn. Good to know. That's important. Actually, it shouldn't matter. Because theoretically, if this died, it's going to click Air Cutter next. And let's see how much damage these two combined should do. 26 plus 26. It should be more than 50%. Oh, and we crit. Yeah, Lunatone gets revenge and gets crit. Yeah, so 27.5%. Only 23%. Huh. Wait, what just happened? Does this just not do enough? It might just do not 27.5%. It might not be enough if that died. Huh. Okay. Well, doesn't matter. It lives the crit anyway. I think that that'll be the minimum for the Lunatone, is it's got to live that crit. And we're fully defense invested, so but you know, we get the dub. And that will do it. I think I'm just gonna go do this last one in bed from my phone. I've got one more alt, but I think, you know, the strategy is working as it is. Maybe I'll save it actually and then just do the video on it. I don't know. Anyone have any raid questions before I go? I can go through my raid box real quick. I did not mean to run there. I can hop back over to main and go through the raid box if anyone wants to see, but otherwise speak now or forever hold your peace. So I will be going to bed. Let's get back in. Oh, we want to log out. Cancel session. Get my Dragonite back. Send it back to... Oh, we'll go to the next one. I will pull up the paste. Yeah, let's do that really quick, just so that people can see it. No questions, just pumped for that content. Yeah, me too. I cannot wait. All right, OBS. Add window capture. All right, so you should be able to see the paste now. I will link that. Oops, did I just dox myself? I might have. That'd be really funny if I just dox myself at the end and then I have to delete the whole VOD. But yeah, the EVs are most important are special attack. Yeah, that'd be really funny, right? The most important is special attack. It's a cap on the special attack to not push the boss too quickly on the Lunatone, I think, is the big one. So 166 there. Defense for that, I think it's Sacred Fire that it uses. I forget which one it is. I got to put the moves back on so I remember the names of them, but it's that phase 2 initial attack for defense there. These EVs were all made for 5x31 Pokemon. Mine are not. I just mailed them away. Let's go find them again real quick. Oh, I sent it to the... Never mind. Go look at them. So I went with a 2x30 Chandelure just because I wanted a cheap one to use specifically for Ho-Oh. This is the same Rotom that I used for the Dragonite Poliwrath team. And this Lunatone I just bred for cheap using a Ditto. I ignored the attack EV, made the speed EV, whatever, just low is fine. Special attack I kept pretty close to 30 because I wasn't sure, because you always want to do damage. My special defense is a little bit low. I would try to go for 25 plus in defense, HP, and special defense. And you can use Dittos to manipulate that pretty easily, but this is much, much cheaper than breeding a 5x31 Lunatone because this is a genderless Pokemon, so really, really expensive to breed with Dittos. Well, actually, Dittos are super cheap now, but you get the point. It's annoying to breed. Like, yeah, it's just expensive, not worth it. But yeah, that is... Oh, I left the thing up so you couldn't see the EVs. Oops. I'll drop that down and run through it again real quick, but... Or the IVs. But yeah, you can see 26, 28 on the Rotom with like roughly 20 in the bulk stats, 25-ish with the Chandelure. It was very cheap to make this with 30 breeders instead of 31. So Chaos breeders, I think when I made this, were super expensive, so didn't want to do much with it. And then yeah, you can see the IVs on the Lunatone. Took a screenshot, word. Yeah, let me just throw that in. I'll do that real quick. Let me chat.restream. This will be the reward for the people that make it to the end of the VOD, is to get the paste. But yeah, super good team. The old team still super works, still great, super functional. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all for watching. This was fun. I am gonna do the last one probably off stream, like I said. But yeah, thank you for watching. Video on this one somewhat shortly. I might do a Cloister Trainer rerun video before I do that one, so that's going to be useful for new players. I realize my audience is more veteran, but I just think it'll be valuable for that to exist. And yeah, the video for this one will be pretty straightforward. Going to make it super concise, just like bang, 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 here it is. Probably sub 5-minute video, which is bad for ads, but I haven't even monetized my YouTube account yet, so that doesn't matter to me much. But yeah, thanks again. Hit me up if you've got raid questions, maybe more raid content, who knows. And yeah, otherwise, let's see, what do we have? Do we have Twitch viewers? We can find someone to raid. Let's go check. Got a nice 3. Very quiet night on the PokeMMO category. We'll just call it just 3. Not that big of a raid anyway. So yeah, thanks all for watching. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.